everyone can see?
Yes.
Okay, good. Very good. But maybe I can make the presentation mode. Okay, so this is a big screen, I think. Full screen, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let me start. Yes. So thank you very much for giving us the opportunity about our how can I say, sharing our experiences, in South Asian regions. I'm very happy, participants, my partners, friends, colleagues from India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, they are also joining this event. So, in South Asia, also, we are very much promoting or applying participatory training methodologies to many various, workplaces. So let me start with, just a textile factory in Pakistan. These are maybe typical, participatory training. As Dr. Kogi mentioned, we use the same, procedures. We can apply, start with action checklist exercise. We found, many employers, workers, they can easily identify, their strengths, good points, and also points to be improved. Then also they can learn from, good practices, particularly in the same country. Could you mute someone? Excuse me. Can you mute? Okay, thank you. So it is very important to learn from good practices from the same country, not from Japan, but in Pakistan, from Pakistan, India, from India, then they can understand what they can do. And also number three, yes, of course, we always invite the group discussion among workers, employers together. And we always try to promote women participation, as much as possible. Then after that, this group discussion representatives, they propose their discussion results and implement ideas. So we take this procedure in many, many workplaces. Then after that, we are very happy. We should always organize kind of follow-up visits a few months later. So we visited many textile factories and we found, this is a simple, but for me, very impressive improvements. Before, there was no backrest, but after that, they attached backrest to this bench. So they can, of course, go further, but I think this is a very great step. And this is very interesting example, because this textile factory ironing section, which was very hot. So many workers really suffered from the heat stress. But after the training, employers, workers, they installed new airflow system. It's not a high expensive air condition. It's to blow for cool air by using big electric fan. So they said the temperature in the factory drastically reduced. And also manager said he was very happy because he said productivity increased for 25%. So, so very important point, there were many other improvements, but all improvements are carried out by the employers and workers' own ideas, not from me, not from inspectors, not from specialists. So employers, workers, they discussed together, apply the checklist, they started implementation of improvements. That is good for the sustainability. Then, when I talk to employer, we often emphasize safety and health risks are also business risks. So safety and health, productivity, and better customer reputation can go together. And also always there are many simple, low-cost ways to improve safety and health, like these pictures. So I'm always happy to show this improvement before and after slide. Do you know this which country? Did they do this? This one from Afghanistan. Afghanistan, I think we organized online training, TOT, and many participating Afghanistan employers and workers, representatives, particularly many women, they spread that participatory training, many small enterprises in their country. Then they showed me many good practice, good improvement pictures. And we found this is most impressive. You see before and after. I think, excuse me, mute me. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this one, the most impressive. So I just wanted to share. I often show this to many other countries, as a very kind of impressive improvement. Then, as you know, in South Asia, there are many workers working in the informal economy workplaces. Informal economies workplaces, they are not registered to the government. So there is no protection, safety and health, no service. And like these, pictures, small construction work, or waste collectors, or home-based workers, agriculture farmers, or many, many others. So I think we very much focusing on, those workers. So this is an ILO statistical estimate. So look at this, in South Asia, 5 countries, nearly 90% of workers actually in informal economy. So I think we should spend all our efforts to reach them, then, deliver the very much participatory practical support measures for improving their safety and health. So this one, for example, home-based workers, intervention in Moradabad, India. So same approaches. There are many, many home-based workers making metal products or textile or jewelry or, many other things. So same action checklist application. And also they can learn from local good practices. Then they can organize group discussion for preparing presentations and improvements. And also we trained many local trainers. So then they can spread their training to other, neighboring workplaces. And also we very much learned, to reach those, home-based workplaces. We work together with employers organizations and also many trade unions or labor unions, because they have very good access to those invisible informal economy workplaces. We learned very much. It's very important to work together with workers' organizations and employers' organizations to reach those grassroots workplaces systematically. So this is part of our action checklist. I think Dr. Kogi already presented. Always we apply good practice pictures showing very clear-cut examples. Then with this, each worker, the participating workers and the employers, they can easily identify the action points. Then nowadays, we always include this aspect, which is really emerging in our region, the how to stop violence and sexual harassment in the workplace, particularly for women workers, like these pictures. And then we have the ILO Convention concerning elimination of violence and harassment in the world of work. And particularly, working at night or working in isolation, women workers working in an isolated place, together with many men or like this. It's a very risky. So we always include this aspect as part of the participatory training, then to improve the conditions. And also we have been applying, like Vietnam, participatory approaches, PLT, to many agricultural places. This is with cotton farmers. Perhaps, India or Pakistan, we produce a lot of cotton and export to many other countries. We wear a lot of shirts like this. Maybe many cotton products, the materials, raw materials, maybe come from India, Pakistan, or, this region. So same procedures, action checklist application, farmers, they apply, they identify good points and the points to be improved. And then we visit farmers, the villages, this time using elementary school in the village. So I presented good practice pictures. Then farmers are invited for group work. Then also we trained them as basic safety wind trainers. So they started spreading, disseminating the training to many other neighboring farmers. So we also have the action checklist for farmers, we developed in cooperation with Dr. Kai, Dr. Kogi, and many other colleagues. So cotton farmers propose a lot of practical ideas. We should use more push carts. We use safer seeds, avoid chemicals. Then we should reduce use of pesticide, fertilizers, or safety guards for machines, like many others. For example, this picture, we found farmers first put a pesticide container in the kitchen for food making. So after that, they immediately found that this should be improved, and they now keep chemicals in a separated area. And then we made follow-up visits, and then, for example, she changed to the smaller sack to carry cotton harvest. This is a cotton field. Many women farmers, they pluck cotton fruit or cotton flower. So this becomes almost 20 or 25 kilograms, not very big sack, very heavy. But women farmers, after the training, they change to the smaller sacks. Then they bring smaller sacks to the big sacks. Then after that, those big the male farmers bring them to the tractors or trucks for moving out. This is very interesting. This is a seeding method, they're using cows. You can see this is a small device like this. So farmers, they put the seed directly to this, entry, the kind of feeding device, so that they can seed, easily. No bending anymore. And also for agriculture, now we are very much promoting the safety nets, wind training in tea plantations. As you know, tea plantation, tea production, maybe coffee production in Vietnam, but tea production is really one of the major industries, India, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. So we have been promoting PAOT approaches. So same with farm visit with action checklist. And then we may train many trainers. So trainers are training. They are factory workers, also farmers. And then many women farmers, they are invited for the group discussion. Then they are proposing improvements. So now we are wrapping up their improvements, but we found they improved some bridges like this, still simple. And also we found a lot of good practices in tea plantations. Protection against the heat by using the shade umbrella and also planting more trees or child care facilities. Or we found a lot of interesting devices, to improve the bending posture by using the like this, scissoring device, or just put the mosquito net and then farmers, after plucking tea leaves, just they throw them onto the net. So no need to how can I say, apply the bending posture. So many women farmers, they really need resting corner and also toilets in the farm. So we found some of them already achieved this improvement. I wanted to show you because in this region, perhaps in many of your regions, countries same, we have to pay even more attention to heat stress. This shows the ILO statistics, projected working hours lost due to heat stress by 2030. If the global temperature increased 1.5 degrees, our region, Southeast Asia, will lose 3.3% of working time. Because we are already in the hot countries, and then many workers are working outside, like agriculture, construction, waste collectors. So during the PAOT activities, we have to pay increasing attention for heat stress management. And once again, agriculture area, many women they really need good toilets in the farm, so they have improved little by little. Okay, finally, give me maybe 3 more minutes. I think we should pay much attention to waste collection recycling sectors. This is what we are working very hard. And we work together with many general waste collectors, recyclers, electronic waste, assembling, dismantling workers. Or not look at this, sanitation, sewage cleaning workers, or toilet cleaning workers, or street cleaners. So many of them belong to also informal economy, and then there has been no safety and health services. So once again, same, many trade unions, they are approaching to them to help. And also some employers organizations, they are also approaching to them, and also many NGOs. So we have been working together to reach them, and then we have organized many participatory training activities. So look at this, they are all women waste segregators, They are segregating the PET bottles, plastic bottles, or cans, bottles, and other recyclable materials. So, but they have a lot of injuries or heat exposure or ergonomics, bending problems, etc. No toilet. So they apply the checklist. Then they also learned from good practice in other workplaces, and they discuss improvements. Then they propose the improvements. And also we trained many trainers. So trained trainer, women trainers, you see, they visited many other neighboring workers and they started their training by using photo sheets. So this is a part of an action checklist for waste collectors, the same approach. And also as part of the sanitation workers, also now this work is very, they have a lot of safety health challenges, sewage cleaning workers. So this one, India, Ahmedabad city, those workers have to go inside manhole and then clean the sewage. Then you can see this is associated with a lot of serious risks, falling down risks, or gas, or oxygen deficiency, or glass, or cutting, etc. So also they have a group discussion checklist and the proposing improvements, and also presentation practices for train many other workers. So actually, the picture on the right, this is after improvement. It's the Ahmedabad city in India. Now, in principle, I heard Ahmedabad city, they stopped, they prohibited workers to go inside the manhole. But the picture on the right, left is Lahore city in Pakistan, which we are now working on. Still, many workers have to go inside, and there are many accidents, even fatal ones. So now we are working together, applying the PLT approaches, and also apply development of the standard operational procedures for improving safety and health. So then also we apply the PLT to e-waste, electronic waste recycling factory in India. The same, they applied the workplace walkthrough, learning from good practice, and the group work, and the proposing improvements in the workplace. So as you see, we often, or always, nearly always organize training in their own workplaces. This is very important because if we organize training in the workplace, many workers, employers, farmers, they can easily participate. If you organize in a separate place, maybe particularly workers, very difficult to come. So this is an action checklist for e-waste recycling workers. Then they have a lot of safety challenges, but we always should start with local good practices instead of just talking about problems. So there are already many good practices, using push carts, or clear passageway, or drinking water, or skylights, etc. Then after the group discussion, workers and employers, they have started their own improvements. So you see, and so they have simple safety committee. So they discussed among themselves. So before, many things on the floor, now clear floors conditions. So they also changed the better seating arrangements. So many workers used to work on the floor, but now everybody has a workstation. And they have attached a grip for easy moving materials. And then they have also made a barrier to prevent falling down from the second floor storage area to the first floor. Once again, I'd like to emphasize all ideas came from employers, workers themselves after applying the action checklist. They discussed in their own safety committees. Without me, without the specialists, without the inspectors. That is very important point for sustainability, which I was very, very happy with. So now we discussed safety, worker participation very much promotes safety and health productivity. So workers, actually, they have a lot of ideas. So if we apply participatory training approach, I think many workers have the opportunity to speak out their ideas. Then workers, employers, dialogue and the cooperation will be very much increased. So let me, okay, this is my last slide. So I'd like to conclude. Sorry, could you mute? Okay. Okay, lessons learned to facilitate, active participation. So as I said, maybe we learned, perhaps we can organize training in their workplaces as much as possible instead of organizing it in outside place. And also applying shorter training programs. Usually even half a day, 2 or 3 hours, we can organize on-site training. For TOT, maybe we need at least 2 days, but not too long. Training worker employer trainers. Yes, they can continue to train neighboring workers and employers. And always learning from good practices and apply action checklist. We have to make a kind of tailor-made action checklist, specifically designed for different, occupations and then industries by using, specific photographs or pictures. And of course, we can always organize doing small group discussions. With small group discussions, sometimes workers, they are a bit passive with employers, but they can discuss. Also, we learned many times, women workers, if you organize through small group discussions, they can be, they can speak even more actively. Sometimes, they are reluctant to speak, but we can encourage them to participate actively and then work together. So in addition, of course, we can always work together, employers, workers, organizations, NGOs, as well as government or specialist networks. So now I'd like to, yes, finish my presentation. Thank you very much for your listening. Okay, Dr. Kai, stop.